Starting guard, 6'3" senior, number 3, Cabot. Starting at guard, 6'1" senior, 3, Bryant. And running at the starting 5, 6'5" senior, number 50, Jared Coleman. Head coach for the Panthers and Open Players, assisted by John Bryant. Your officials for tonight's conference action, Mr. Grant Watts, Mr. Vernon James, and Mr. Derek Lewis.
Hello and welcome to CHTV's presentation of Cabot Panther boys basketball. Tonight it will be the Panthers facing the Hornets. I'm your play-by-play commentator, Colton Hennessy. Alongside me is your color commentator,
Carson Cook.
Excuse me, that was Carson Cook. We're having some difficulties with the microphones as of right now, as the first shot by the Panthers is off. We hope that y'all are having a great Valentine's Day. Let's get this action started as there's a quick steal by Jermaine Christopher, looking to turn it into points early, as Grant Goddard is blocked and fouled in the fast break.
That'll be a hard foul from Bede on Goddard. The Panthers so far this season have been very good at drawing fouls and capitalizing on them, as that one dribbles in for Grant Goddard.
It's the first one of two will go, and the second one is up and good. 2 quick points for Grant Goddard from the free throw line.
And this game has been highly anticipated. Cabot coming in 17-6, 11-2 at home, and Bryant 11-7 so far this season.
Quick foul called on Jermaine Christopher. Bryant's first possession of this ball game, or second, excuse me. Will be Bede passing the ball in. The Hornets gets it down low, and a strong bucket by RJ Young. And a full court press from the Hornets.
The aggressiveness from both Hornet teams tonight has been extraordinary.
Here's Muse into the corner to Bennett. Bennett drives, now tries to find Jarrett Coleman down low as he will foul.
The hustle, though, from Jarrett Coleman trying to get that rebound, nothing short of impressive, as it's Bryant's ball now once again.
So it will be Bede taking the ball up the court.
And it's not only Jarrett Coleman who fights hard for those offensive rebounds, as the team itself is 48.3% off of offensive rebounds so far this season.
It's extremely high, if y'all didn't know, based on that statistic. I mean, 48% of the balls that go up are rebounded by the Panthers. And there's a miss from Muse on the wing. Bede once again taking it up the court. Passes it out. A shot from Bede. And that is good, right over Brandon Bennett's head. Jermaine now looking to get the ball up the court.
That'll give the Hornets their first lead of the game.
Jermaine on the drive. A jelly lay is no good. It appeared he found a crease, just couldn't get it to fall. Now we see Bede drawing up a play right here, as he will drive and pull up. The floater is no good. And there will be a foul called on Bede, as he couldn't slow his momentum and bumped into Goddard.
He's got 2 fouls so far, making up all of the Hornets' fouls, and he'll be subbed out for Jones.
Now Jermaine Attacking Fowler to get the ball across the court. Gets all the way to the rim, passes it to Brandon Bennett in the corner, and that stroke is pure. What a shot from Bennett right there. Just can't leave him open. He's another one of these 3-and-D guys for the Panthers. Now
And
Jones.
standing up to celebrate that three is Austin King, another one of their great free throw shooters who unfortunately is out on injury. But as we know from the rest of the season, all of these Panthers can shoot from beyond the arc. That'll be a charge foul on Bryant. Jarrett Coleman slow to get up.
Coleman, it appeared, had hit his head on the ground. He appears to be in quite some pain right now, and like you said, very sad to hear that King will be out for the rest of the season. He had such a strong senior campaign. Christopher, hand off to Muse. Muse up top to Bennett. Bennett gets it down to Chris Leaks, and a tough pass gets stolen by the Hornets, excuse me. And there's a deep three. That will be no good.
I like the look from Leaks on that pass. Unfortunately, it won't get to its target.
Bennett in the corner for three again, and it is good. 2 threes now from Brandon Bennett in the same spot.
And 2 for 2 on the record, 100% from beyond the arc. Like to keep it that way for Brandon Bennett.
The shot from Fowler is no good, but he'll go back up and air ball. Strong defense from the Panthers. Unfortunately, Chris Leak stepped out of bounds. Braden Hall now comes into the game for the Panthers. That will be Jermaine sitting down. And Wallace comes in with the Hornets. Along with Wallace, it will be Benson coming in, replacing Nelson. The ball down low, a mismatch. Goddard just couldn't get up high enough. Now Muse taking the ball across the half-court line. And the ball tipped around, hit the bottom of the rim right there. Bryant looking to score early. And the pass goes sailing out of bounds, intended for Fowler. That'll be a turnover for Cedric Jones Jr.
Unfortunate for the Hornets so early in this game, being down by 1 and giving up possessions like that is not going to help their case, as the Panthers nearly do the same, but the Hornet player will kick it out of bounds. Panther ball once again.
Muse now comes out for Christopher. Christopher now taking the ball across half court. Receives a screen from Goddard, hands off to Braden Hall. Braden Hall, the ball getting knocked around. They will call a jump ball. That will be between Brandon Bennett and Cedric Jones Jr. Remains Bryant possession.
And that'll be the second ball to get away from Hall on a pass so far tonight. Only 3 minutes left in the first period.
Fowler now setting up the offense. Finds Wallace. Wallace loses his dribble. Finds Shelby. Shelby on the attack. Can't find any opening. Back out will be Fowler. Fowler to Shelby, and that three is good.
The Hornets will regain their lead at 10-8. A very close game so far between the two.
Hall now on the wing, finds Goddard, back to Hall. Hall to Christopher in the corner. Christopher finds Bennett. Bennett on the attack, now dribbles it back out, finds Christopher. Setting up the offense now, receives the screen up top from Goddard. A good looking pass right there. Unfortunately, butterfingers from Chris Leaks. The ball goes sailing out of bounds.
Gavin Muse and Jarrett Coleman will check in for Braden Hall and Chris Leaks now.
Also a new player in, that will be TJ Lindsay for Bryant. Fowler setting up the offense, taking signals from his coach. There will be a personal foul that was called on TJ Lindsay. The ball tipped away by Fowler. Bryant really playing some strong defense right here.
Very impressive from Bryant. And like I said in the girls' game before, I like to see this press and aggressiveness from Bryant and hope to see it a little bit more from the Panthers. Hopefully it doesn't come back to bite them when they're burnt out later in the game. And seemingly blocked by 3 Hornets is Jermaine Christopher.
He will go to the line, fouled by one of those 3. Christopher will have 2 here.
And the referees might not even know who fouled him on that one, as Jermaine seemed to be smothered by Blue.
Jermaine's first free throw, no good. Carson, what do you have to say about the fearlessness that we see from Jermaine Christopher night in and night out?
Well, both Panther teams have been spectacular at passing the ball around and sharing the wealth a little bit. But I like to see some of the selfishness from Jermaine Christopher. I mean, he can get in and score, and if he utilizes that as much as he can, the Panthers will no doubt run away with this game.
As the post move from Benson right there, he gets the shot to fall. Christopher now trying to get around his defender. That will be Fowler, and they will call a blocking foul. Too much body from Fowler right there. Not very happy with the call. There's just not much you can do to keep Christopher from crossing that half-court line. It's able to move so quickly and so well. And a 3 from Jarrett Coleman is off the front of the rim. That would be Bryant basketball.
And Coleman doesn't get a lot of those opportunities, so obviously he's a little bit flustered at himself for not being able to make it happen. But we know everybody on this team can shoot from beyond the arc, and I doubt Coleman's an exception for that. Hopefully he gets another look sometime tonight.
Bryant now swinging it around. A good pass down low to Lindsay as he will get the bucket. Goddard trying to find somewhere, finds Gavin Muse. Muse now taking the ball across half court. Decides to not use the screen from Coleman, finds Bennett in the corner, and that 3 is good.
That's his 3rd 3 of the night, 2 from the right corner, 1 from the left. That'll make his 9th point on the night. Brandon Bennett, a sharpshooter from beyond the arc.
And 3 out of 3, just outstanding start to this game from Brandon Bennett with 9 early points. The shot from Fowler, no good this time. He's now 1 for 2, but the offensive rebound putback is no good. That'll be Shelby on the miss. Panthers now slowing it down, looking for the last shot here. Shelby now playing up, finds Christopher in the corner. Christopher uses Goddard's screen to get to the wing. Only 7 seconds left here. Muse on the attack, gets blocked on the reverse layup. 2.3 seconds left as the ball goes out of bounds.
And again, a Panther trying to get crafty and blocked by a Hornet.
There'll be a
Hornet ball once again.
Offensive foul on Muse right there as he pushed off his defender a little too much. Refs were not going to let that slide, just trying to create some space right there with the Panthers.
And Panthers finally with a press of their own with 2.3 seconds left. Bryant will put up a shot and off the mark.
What a first period right there. Very close contest, 12-14. The Panthers are down. Even with the low scoring, we have seen a whole lot of action. Carson, what do you believe the Panthers will need to do here to come away with this win?
The Panthers only down by 2 right now. has been regaining and losing the lead all night so far in this first period. Both teams playing tremendous defense with only 12 and 14 on the scorecards. I think both teams have an equal shot at it right now, and the way they keep playing, whoever gets burned out first, I think will lose this game.
I completely agree, and as we know in an earlier matchup at Bryant, the Panthers did not come away with that win, unfortunately falling to the Hornets.
And the Panthers, with a tremendous season so far, have been failing a little bit away games, being 6-4 compared to their 11-2 at home. And that just speaks to some of the Panther fans in this arena and the electricity that it comes out of it.
Yes, and these Panther fans have been outstanding this season. As we see Trip Dyer come into the game. We now have two big men in for the Panthers. That will be Coleman and Dyer. Christopher now looking to attack, finds Muse. Muse on the pull-up from the free throw line. That shot is good. What a pull-up, Jay, from Muse. Bryant looking to bounce back here. Jones setting up the offense. Jones now for three, and that will not go. Great closeout right there from Christopher. It's two players trapped in the corner for the Panthers. Gavin Muse able to get out of it. And wow, what a move from Christopher as he finds Bennett in the corner for three once more. He is four.
That amazing performance so far tonight by Brandon Bennett. That's his 12th point on the night of the Panthers' 17. Wow, 4 for 4 from the arc. All four being from different corners.
Man, outstanding play and great defense right there from Trip Dyer. The ball will be going out of bounds. Bennett not looking for the pass right there. But man, Bennett, 2 in one corner, 2 in the other. Just cannot seem to miss right now. Panthers up 17-14.
Bryant changes their look as Fowler is met by Muse.
Young on the attack. What a layup right there from Young. It appeared his pivot foot slid, not called by the refs, and there will be a ball knocked out of bounds. Great defense from Jones right there. Trip now.
A lot of hustle from the Hornets tonight as they poke that ball away. It'll be Panthers ball once again. But this press sure has worked out for the Hornets so far, holding the Panthers to only 17 here in the second period.
In case you missed it, Tripp came out of the game for Grant Goddard. Christopher in the corner finds Coleman down low. Coleman with some post moves, able to get it out to Christopher. Christopher, the ball is poked away from. That would be Fowler knocking it out of bounds. Still Panther possession. 15 seconds left in this shot clock.
And the Hornets doing everything they can to keep it away from Bennett in the corner, as he's been electric so far tonight from the corner. 4 for 4 on threes, and I hope to see more of it tonight.
The ball poked out of bounds right there. And they will call an illegal screen. That will be on Brandon Bennett. Be his first foul of the night.
Brandon's got to stay out of foul trouble, as he's been utilized so much by this Panther team.
Jones with a little floater, no good, and the tip in is no good as well. As Goddard able to get some help from Christopher. Panthers have numbers, a floater, and an offensive rebound by Jarrett Coleman as he puts it in.
Talked a little bit about the Panthers' rebounds, 48.3% from offensive, but talk about defensive, they're 66.7, incredibly high for the Panthers. They've been very scrappy down low with those rebounds, and Jarrett Coleman showing it here this evening.
That will be Wallace stepping out of bounds. for the Hornets. We now see Chris Leach checking into the game for Jarrett Coleman and Braden Hall for Brandon Bennett.
I presume Coach Bailey trying to keep some of that electricity in Brandon Bennett for when he needs him most later in this game. The Panthers holding on to a 3-point lead as there seems to be some confusion on the court right now.
The original call had been that Christopher had stepped out of bounds. They changed that to a blocking foul. Now Chris Leaks down low using that big frame, trying to find somewhere to go. And that will be a 3-second call on Leaks.
He took that dribble once and picked it right back up. He wasn't able to get out and couldn't find somebody outside to pass it to. Great defense by the Hornets.
Selby back to Jones. Jones to Selby. He wasn't ready for that one, but he's still able to come away with it. Jones now up top, setting up the offense. Swings it to Fowler. Fowler back to Jones for 3, and that one will fall.
In the face of a Panther, Jones is not afraid as Jermaine Christopher will take it up against the Hornets.
Christopher with a nice crossover finds Braden Hall in the corner, and that 3 is good as the corner is hot for the Panthers right now.
That'll make 5 threes from the corner so far tonight with 4 minutes left in the second period.
Bryant swinging it around, tries to get it inside as the pass goes flying out of bounds. Somehow missed the big target of Nelson right there.
And these Hornets have been riddling our cheerleaders, getting thrown into it and throwing the ball into them multiple times. They've been very scrappy today.
There will be a full timeout called from Bryant. That will be a minute long. It's still very close right here. The Panthers seem to have the momentum as of right now, but Bryant's still sticking around, keeping the game extremely close.
And like I said before, the Panthers' rebounds have been a key factor against the Bryant Hornets. As previously mentioned, 48% and 66% against the Hornets. 28.7 on offensive and 75.5 on defensive all season. Panthers are holding on to a 3-point lead now, which I think I've said multiple times for both teams tonight, as the score just keeps shifting barely. Both teams still in it, very much so.
And Bryant really just trying to draw up some plays here, maybe figure something out. The pass early goes out of bounds, straight off the foot of Jones. Goddard looking to get it to Muse again, finds him this time.
And this press defense by the Hornets poking out of bounds multiple times tonight, I can only describe as extremely annoying for the Panthers. And it's been hard to get past them. Like I just said, that'll be another poke away by the Hornets.
And Fowler really thought he tipped that ball, and it hit off Bennett. The refs did not see that, however. Muse now setting up the offense, will drive to the cup, and an awkward finish, but a bucket for Gavin Muse.
Hey, and Colton, whatever works, that puts 2 more points for the Panthers. Skying over a couple Hornets was Gavin Muse.
Bryant now dishing it around the perimeter. Ball tipped away. That'll be a turnover on Fowler. Muse looking to create some offense early. The ball is tipped away from Muse as Jones now running up the court as he'll pull up for a floater. That will be short. And now Braden Hall looking to get the ball across the court as he will. And there's Bennett in the corner for three once more as it somehow skims the backboard, but will not fall, however, making him 3 of 4 on the night. Strong closeout from that Bryant defense.
And Bennett has not yet missed except for that once from the corner, and I'm going to say that was tipped by Fowler, just to save his record just a little bit, as he's still shooting 100% in my book. And Grant Goddard with another 2 points for the Panthers.
Great inbounds play right there, drawn up by Coach Bailey. Practiced to perfection. Christopher able to find Goddard. And there's a ball that goes out of bounds by Bryant. Fowler frustrated, as it seems like turnover after turnover for him. Bryant's still leaving him in the game.
Seemed like he was not happy with the officials there, as the official really didn't seem to care too much as he walks away, and it'll be Panthers ball anyway. Jermaine Christopher with the ball now, bringing it up the court.
Christopher gets down low, finds Braden Hall in the corner. Unfortunately, he bobbled it. And a great find by Braden Hall and a better score. That will be by Brandon Bennett.
What an amazing look from Hall and an even tougher finish from Bennett. Call that a foul on the floor for the Panthers, blocking.
And man, great stuff we're seeing from Brandon Bennett. So now Goddard comes out of the game for Muse. Or excuse me, Goddard comes out of the game for Coleman. And Muse, oh my goodness, excuse me, I apologize.
And the Panthers with 6 unanswered points, looking for 8 more, and he's blocked. Or 2 more, excuse me.
Muse fouled right there on the fast break attempt, as he will get 2 shots at the line. We do apologize for our loss of words for what's going on as of right now, as it has been very back and forth. But that free throw right there by Muse will extend the lead for the Panthers to 10. It's the second one will not go for Muse, unable to capitalize right there.
And with that, that makes 7 unanswered points from the Panthers. The Hornets trying to get something moving.
The ball stripped away from Benson, but he retains it. Now Newton Jr. with the ball. Gives it to Fowler. Fowler gets it down low to Newton. Newton back out to Fowler, as his 3 will not go. It continues to be an off night for him, but the offensive rebound put back by Benson. And we see Christopher bringing the ball up the court, hounded by Shelby, excuse me. And what a move from Jermaine Christopher, plus the foul. He will get an and one opportunity. Beautiful drive and beautiful finish from Jermaine Christopher.
And that LaMelo-esque layup from Jermaine Christopher. He'll look for a 3-point opportunity. Like I said before, whichever team gets burnt out first will win this game, and it seems like the Panthers, with a lot more energy, are running away with it right now, up by 11 points as Jermaine Christopher makes that last layup.
Fowler now taking the ball up the court, seeing if he can get something to fall here for Bryant. Fowler back to Wallace, excuse me. Newton back to Fowler. Fowler on the attack, a little hop step, and the shot is off. There will be a foul called down low. That will be on the Panthers. Put that on Jarrett Coleman right there. That will be on the putback too. Benson now to the line for 2.
And Leaks will take Coleman out of the game, as the Hornets will shoot for 2. 1.
It's the 1-and-1 opportunity, as the Hornets are now in the bonus. The first one will fall for Benson. The second one hits the front of the rim and bounces in. Jones now comes back into the game. He will be replacing Benson. As Tripp finds Braden Hall as he's trapped in the corner. Braden Hall gets around Newton. Hall to Muse as he finds Tripp Dyer, and he will walk. Tripp not happy with that call, believed he didn't move his foot.
Unfortunately, it does not matter what Tripp believed, as the ref saw a travel violation, and they'll have to respect that as Bryant has the ball once more. And they'll score once more again, cutting down the lead to only 7.
Strong bucket from Young with Muse all in his face right there. No shot clock here for the Panthers. So they will be running a motion. See Muse now taking the screen from Tripp Dyer as he will drive, pull up from deep mid-range, and that shot will fall. That will conclude this first half. And what a first half it has been. The Panthers now lead by 9, up 34-25. And we will be back with our presentation of the second half.
Well, I was talking about this one. I thought we had to film this one. Yeah, I still got senior night. I don't need like storage. I'm really not even putting them in there that much. So, I mean, they're getting at least 3 minutes. They're at least getting a minute footage. So, I mean, they're gonna be good. Next week they're gonna ball out too. Senior night, they're gonna want.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we have Cabot High School proudly presents the Cabot High School dance team.
Yeah, 55 to what? Something like that. It was crazy. I almost went to that game, but I decided not to.
Let's hear it for the Cabot High School dance team. And now, Panther fans, the Cabot High School Pep Band.
Hello and welcome back to the second half of Cabot Panther basketball. Your Panthers lead 34-25 over the Bryant Hornets. Like we said before, I am your color commentator, Carson Cook, and sitting next to me,
It's your play-by-play commentator, Colton Hennessy. As we see a shot right there. That will be from Bede as Bede checks back into the game for the first time since the first quarter as he got in foul trouble. Hughes now swings it to Bennett. Panthers now swinging around, get it down to Coleman in the post. Coleman goes to work and cannot get the finish. The ball tipped out of bounds by Jermaine Christopher, who jumped up and knocked it out.
and we don't hear that a lot, Coleman not be able to finish down low, but this Bryant team is a very vertically inclined team, very tall players coming out of Bryant, as Fowler is met by Jermaine Christopher.
To Bede in the corner. Back to Fowler. Back to Bede. Bede will drive and pull up. Will not get the shot to fall. And there's a bucket from R.J. Young. A putback. Now Muse to take the ball up the court.
And the Hornets seemingly learning from their past mistakes, as they've been getting a lot more rebounds than they did in Cabot and Bryant's first matchup earlier in the season, as the Panthers seem to be dominating the boards during that game. Now not so much.
Bede, just as soon as he gets in, he gets checked out. It'll be Jones back in the game, and what a move from Jarrett Coleman, but apparently he lifted his pivot foot. Unfortunate break right there for the Panthers. That was a beautiful move down low from Coleman. Bryant now looking to score some points. And the ball is stolen and given right back. That will be Selby, excuse me. Back to Jones. Fowler on the wing. Fowler now up top. Back to Selby. Fowler now back on the wing. Back to Jones. Jones with the three from about a foot behind the arc is no good.
That one will be short, but Jones is not afraid to shoot from beyond the arc and is fully capable of it, as we saw in the first half. Still yet to get his first three in the second half, as Jermaine drives and with a crafty finish adds 2 points to his box score. That'll make 6.
What a finish from Christopher right there, able to elevate and score. Bryant now on the other end looking to answer back. Here's Jones. Swinging around is Bryant. Fowler back up top. Back to Jones. Back up top. Back to, excuse me, back to Selby. His three is no good. Christopher now looking to push the tempo, finds Muse in the corner for three, and it will not fall. Great look right there from the corner for Gavin Muse.
Muse seemed a bit rushed as he saw that Hornet closing in on him and wasn't able to get his feet set for that three.
Now Coleman able to secure the board and get it to Christopher. Christopher on the attack. Gets the ball poked away for a second, gets it to Bennett. Bennett to Muse. Muse to Goddard on the wing, back to Muse. Takes the screen from Coleman, puts it in from about a foot inside the arc. It's another mid-range bucket for Muse, that gives him 9.
Muse has been a mid-range specialist all season.
And there's an answer back right there from Selby. And a quick, another bucket right there from Young on the ill-advised pass in. Coach Bailey clearly unhappy how that turned out right there. Panthers now lead by 6. It's 38-32. And 2 quick buckets right there from Bryant. What are the Panthers going to do to take this back?
The Panthers have been letting the Hornets close in on them recently here. Hopefully they can run away with it just a bit more as Chris Leaks and Braden Hall check in for Brandon Bennett and Coleman.
It will be Panther ball right here. Now Muse looking for somewhere to go with it. Gets the ball across half court. Finds Goddard. Goddard back to Muse, to Christopher. Christopher to Leaks. And there is Braden Hall for three, and that is no good. A great look right there for Hall. Just couldn't get it to fall. And a quick shot on the other end, no good. Grabs his own rebound. There'll be a jump ball called. So it will be Panther basketball.
After the jump ball, it'll be Panther favor as Grant Goddard takes the ball out once again for the Panthers. The Panthers trying to extend on this lead that they have kept since the second period. Early in the second period, if I might add.
Christopher now on the attack, finds Muse in the corner, and that was a beautiful shot from Muse.
Another won't go, but that one will fall as Muse is a sharpshooter, as he showcased tonight.
And there's a bucket on the fast break by Muse, as Gavin putting his name all over this game. And look at that Panther bench, as they have answered back, and some. We see Panthers now up 11 here.
And that's 5 quick unanswered points solely by Gavin Muse to add to this Panther lead. And every time the Hornets stream the chip at this Panther lead, it seems to extend quite a bit. 1 step forward, 2 steps back has been the story for the Hornets tonight.
Man, the Panthers, especially their bench right there, extremely excited how that sequence turned out. And these fans very happy as well for this Panther team. Bryant now looking to answer back after that beautiful display we saw from Muse. Jones now with the ball, setting up the offense, finds Shelby in the corner. And that's an air ball, but a whistle is blown.
That shot, I believe, was blocked by Muse. He'll get a personal foul as well.
Foul called on Muse right there, as you said. Be on the floor. Bryant. Jones for 3 right there. That hits the back iron, long rebound, grabbed by Bryant, and it will be Panther ball. As even with an extra opportunity, this Hornets team could not score. Wallace comes into the game for the Panthers, replacing Shelby. I mean, not the Panthers, I'm sorry. It will be for the Hornets.
The Hornets continue to press, trying to slow down this Panthers offense, and there they will. They'll cause a panic, and Jones will drive.
Man, a great box out right there from Christopher. The defender just goes right over the top of him. No over the back called, however. It'll be Hall to set up the offense. The ball is stolen once more. That'll be Young. And the ball passed down low. Great ball movement by Bryant right there. That would be Benson in the bucket, as now Muse just trying to get the ball across half court, as Bryant has really managed to answer back right here.
Bryant cutting down at this lead once again, but Braden Hall from the corner, it won't fall.
Unfortunately, wouldn't fall right there. And Muse was there to grab the rebound, just got it ripped away from him. And there's a little post hook, no good. We now see Christopher. Panthers have numbers, and there's Muse in the corner as he will drive, take it to the rack, but there was no foul called. Panther fans not happy, and Jones able to scoop and score right there on the other end with the left.
And if I'm Christopher there, I'm looking for a block no matter what. A controversial no call down low on your teammate. Panther fans letting the refs hear it. And Coach Bailey will call a timeout.
And just when we thought the Panthers were getting ready to run away, great changes made by Bryant in their last timeout. Now the Panthers still hold the lead here, but are really trying to figure out how to get this thing going. What do you think it's going to take for the Panthers to get the momentum back?
With this full court press held by the Hornets, doing its job and causing a little bit of panic on the offensive side of the ball for the Panthers. The Panthers need to do their best to slow it down, and if they can't, they've got to have some critical thinking skills and a little bit of game sense not to panic too much, because when they panic, they've turned the ball over multiple times. That's exactly what the Hornets want, and that's exactly what the Hornets need to get back into this game. But if you're a Panther player, you can't let it get in your heads. You've got to have a little bit of game sense, and a little bit of critical thinking to not let that full court press scare you.
I could not agree more. Great analysis right there, Mr. Cook. And here we go. Let's see if the Panthers can turn it around. And I do believe that is exactly what Coach Bailey was saying to them, as they have definitely held this advantage all game. But this Bryant press has really frustrated and gotten the heads of the Panthers. And the three from Muse is no good. The ball is tipped out of bounds off Goddard. Great hustle that we saw from him right there.
And again, that possession from the Panthers seemed a bit rushed, as Gavin Muse had plenty of time, no Hornets closing in on him, and he'll rush his shot just a little bit off balance, and it's off the back of the iron.
And really a great look, as there will be a foul called away from the ball. That will go on Benson. He will be subbed out for Lindsey.
The Hornets only down 5, still pressing. Almost very bad pass. Poked away and stolen by Fowler. And what did I say, Colton? This press has been working tremendously for the Hornets from this point, from the end of the first half to now. And they've got the ball once more.
Really, one thing that you love about Christopher is his ball security. Does not turn the ball over very often. That's something you love out of a point guard, but that is something that you would not be able to tell so far this game. It's the shot is no good. It'll be from Lindsey as the ball is tipped out of bounds by a Panther player. Remains Bryant possession.
Speaking of Lindsey, there's been playing a bit physical and a little bit of a controversial no call. It seemed that he held one of the Panther players, and Coach Bailey is not happy about it and not happy with these refs at all, as it will still remain Bryant possession, closing in on this Panther lead.
And there's some great defense from the Panthers right there. Because now Christopher looking to turn it into something on the other end, and what a finish with the left hand, Jermaine Christopher, to get the Panthers on the board the first time in a minute. And there's a last-second shot that looked on target but could not fall. Man, this Bryant team is very unhappy with these no calls.
For a second, let's talk about that finish from Jermaine Christopher. How athletic do you have to be able to do that with his left hand? Very impressive layup, like I feel like we've been saying all season from Jermaine Christopher.
Yes, just the ability to elevate, finish with a non-dominant hand. something very rare to come by, especially at the high school level. Christopher is definitely a talent and a starter since his sophomore season. Very impressive what he's been able to do for this Panther squad. And here we are. He's only a junior this year, so we'll have him one more year, and you can only imagine what numbers he's going to put up next year.
And I, for one, can't wait to see it, as I'm sure most Panther fans agree. I'm excited to see what the Panthers and Jermaine Christopher can do next year, but even more so in this fourth period as they will take the court once again.
It will be Goddard to inbound the ball for the Panthers. Nowhere to go with it. Finally finds Bennett. Now Muse on the attack. Finds Goddard as he will finish. What a pass and what a bucket from Grant Goddard. Set up by Gavin Muse.
This Panthers team once again moving very quick on offense and almost a bit frantic as Grant Goddard comes in with a cool head and finishes with his right over a Hornet defender.
Fowler in the corner for three. That will not go. Rebound secured by Muse, and a full court pass is no good. Jones had nowhere to go as it appeared that his feet were moving without dribbling. No travel called, however, Panther fans and Panther bench not happy with that. Bryant now looking to set up their offense. Jones to Fowler. Down low. And that was a great move, but better defense right there. As even though being behind, or Leaks was behind, he was still able to get the contest. And there's Christopher right there with a fast break layup.
Christopher doing a good job seeing that hole in the defense when Benson was tripped up, and soaring over Benson was Jermaine Christopher for another 2 points to add to this Panther lead. And just a minute ago, they were leading by 5, now 11. Trying to run away with it once again.
The ball rolling around everywhere on the floor, finally secured by Christopher. Christopher finds Goddard, and Goddard with the easy finish, wide open on the fast break. It's now Goddard's 8 points, forcing Bryant to call a timeout.
And Bryant, this team has to be gassed, running full court press the whole game. It's been working out, especially during the first half, but this second half they've had to slow down a little bit because they just can't keep up with this Panthers offense. Saving a lot of their energy by not pressing the whole time. Their defense, thankfully, is good enough to stop them without that full court press.
Really, I believe that it is in part to this Panther team really making them run, like you said. And doing that for a whole game has got to be exhausting. This Bryant team is definitely feeling the repercussions right now.
And if I had to take a guess, Colton, the Bryant team will come out with a whole new face, a whole new identity nearing the end of this fourth period, just to try and save some energy and build some energy up from players who maybe haven't been on the court the whole game. Trying to get back into this game, they'll need that extra energy.
Now Bryant swinging it around. Finds Jones in the corner. Now Wallace back to Fowler. Ball's tipped and stolen by Bennett. Bennett gets the ball stolen from him. So that will be Jones now. Jones in a frantic as he somehow gets free and gets a bucket. Man.
Impressive shot by Jones as he's dribbling around and through two of our Panther players with an almost frantic shot up, but it'll go, adding 2 points to this Bryant comeback.
Now Bennett for another three. That one will not go, and a foul called on Muse going up for that rebound. Got the body of RJ Young. Coleman now comes in for Leaks. It will be Jones now taking the ball across half court. Bryant. So we'll set up the offense. A lot of movement. Back to Jones up top, setting it up once more as he will drive on Christopher and put up an awkward shot that will not go. And there will be a foul called on Jarrett Coleman. Tried to avoid running into Fowler, but just couldn't slow his momentum.
That'll be his third foul. Now officially in a bit of trouble. And if I am correct, Chris Leaks is in a bit of foul trouble as well. So if either of these players come out of the game, that could be detrimental to the Panthers.
And what a charge drawn right there by Grant Goddard. Heads up as he has been everywhere on defense tonight. So it'll now be Christopher taking the ball up the court for this Cabot Panther team.
And Goddard, a very smart player who's been very calm and collected this game. One of few Panthers so far with this full court press, and they'll call that out on Bryant.
Wow, what a move from Christopher to get inside. Could not get comfortable, however. Christopher basically passes it into himself right there. Hughes now on the wing, finds Bennett to Christopher in the corner. Christopher will drive and be fouled.
Coach Bailey will take this opportunity to talk to his team. If I'm guessing, it's about how to adapt to this full court press, as Jermaine Christopher will go up for two to add to this Panther lead that seems so daunting to the Hornets right now, I'm sure.
So he extends it to 12, has the chance to extend it to 13 right here. Christopher has 8. Make that 9 after that free throw.
That'll be his 12th point on the night.
Excuse me, I apologize. I was incorrect. Looking at the wrong stat line right there. That was the stat line of Goddard.
Panthers have been very good at sharing the wealth tonight for passing it around and letting everybody get a piece of this game. Goddard thought he was getting a time call before he fell out, and he'll just walk out of bounds, making it Bryant ball. Something that they can't do, because we've seen this Hornets team come back from more than this before, as Jones will be off the mark from 3.
Panthers making it extremely difficult for them to do so here, as they will be taking their time crossing half court. Christopher now sets up the offense. Muse from deep 3 is no good, but Jarrett Coleman right there to grab the rebound, and he will put up a post hook. Beautiful finish right there from Jarrett Coleman. Only his second bucket on the night.
I don't know if Coleman heard Coach Bailey telling him to shoot from down low, because it looked like he was a bit hesitant, but with his size and his stature, there's not a lot that can stop him down low in the paint.
Christopher hounded by this whole Bryant team. Gets the ball stripped from him. That will be Young with the steal. Now Wallace here. Wallace slowing the tempo. Wallace from deep three, and that will go. Thought that was very unexpected. He has not pulled the trigger from deep tonight. As Christopher will go coast to coast. What a finish, Jermaine Christopher. There'll be a timeout called by Coach Bailey for the Cabot Panthers.
And what a layup from Jermaine Christopher, like we said, all season, every game, and it seems like every quarter he pulls something amazing out of his bag of tricks, and that is something you only witness once in a lifetime as Jermaine Christopher skies over the Hornet defenders to get 2 more points on the board for the Panthers, making it very hard for the Hornets to score, and the Panthers officially over their points per game at 56.5. This season, incredible performance from the Panthers tonight.
That layup right there extends the Panther lead to 14. Bryant now going to have to get some quick buckets here to regain or to come back in this game. Jones now draws a foul quick. He will go to the line for 2.
And Jones taking a lot of shots, not shy at all to shoot the ball tonight, which I like the confidence from him, but some of these just to have to start falling, or he's going to have to start passing just a bit more. And as I say that, he'll make his 8th point.
One more from the line, and that one will fall as well. Goes 2 for 2 right there. It's a full court press, very strong press, forcing Goddard and the Panthers to call a timeout. Nowhere to go with the ball. As it seems they really need Christopher to come in and get away from these Bryant defenders. He's really been able to break the press like no other.
And it seemed like he was taking a well-deserved water break, and as soon as he got to that bottle, he was taken back onto the court as Coach Bailey debriefs him before he goes back into this game. But how can you keep him out of this game? He's been such a key for this Panthers offense and defense. His quickness and athleticism, both extremely impressive tonight.
The Panthers are locked in and ready to go coming out of this timeout. As the ball knocked out of bounds by Fowler, as he's just trying to get some call to go their way right now. That ball clearly off him. Now Muse with it. Muse slowing the tempo. Now he will be pressed by 2, and he will get stripped from behind. That will be Jones with another steal. And Jones will take it all the way and get blocked by Gavin Muse. Clutch block right there from Muse.
Stolen from Muse, but he'll get it back as Braden Hall shoots for another 3 on the night. Very impressive from the Panthers from beyond the arc tonight.
Man, Muse has not been able to get many to fall, as they're on a shot that was being closed out on very well. He will get the bucket. There's a floater right there from Shelby. And the ball knocked out of bounds again as Fowler just keeps pointing the their direction. You gotta love the heart that he's playing with. But some of these are a little excessive. Muse now trying to get around Wallace, finds Goddard. Now Braden Hall in the corner for another three, and that will go, one from each corner. Back-to-back threes for Braden Hall as he now has 9 on the night.
Braden Hall and Brandon Bennett seem to be playing around the world with each other, having a little bit of a competition between the two, as it'll be Panther ball once again.
Muse trying to find somewhere to go with it, finds Goddard. And Jermaine Christopher makes Wallace touch ground. Muse really wanted to take that shot right there, and there will be a foul called. That will be on Shelby.
Feel a bit bad for Wallace there, as I've been on the receiving end of that. The whole team will come to our local community center and play together, and it's not fun trying to guard them.
Now we see the ball get tipped and stolen by Bryant. And Jones blocked from behind by Braden Hall, as that one will most likely seal the deal tonight, as Fowler still playing hard defense. And strong body right there. That will go on Jones.
Fowler and Jones, both key instruments for the Bryant well-oiled machine here. Both still playing with a ton of heart. They'll never get told no, I'm sure.
And Jones unhappy with the foul call right there, as it appeared he just grabbed Christopher by his arms and threw him on the ground. Very interesting challenge call. Christopher now goes to the line for a 1-and-1 opportunity with 13.8 seconds left in this game.
And with 13.8 seconds left, what other can you do than foul? And I was just about to say, you don't want to send Jermaine Christopher to the line. Unfortunately, he'll catch a bad break.
And the refs just letting him play right now. Excuse me, they will call a foul right there on Goddard. As Coach Bailey still has a smile on his face.
Coach Bailey telling his team to just hold the ball after the rebound if they can get to it to seal the deal. And it'll look like the Panthers will win another one tonight, going 18-6 on the season, and even more impressive, 12-2 at home.
And how sad right there for Bryant. Is really, he just, there's a lane violation call, but that will do it. The ball is inbounded to Muse to seal the deal. Your Panthers win tonight, 63-47. I'm your play-by-play commentator, Colton Hennessy. Alongside me is your color commentator,
Carson Cook. Have a great night, Panther fans, and happy Valentine's Day.
Give it up for the Cabot High School Pep Band.